Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nate G. It is May 7th, and we're going to do a trade plan on LMT on the 195-minute chart. This is a beauty of a setup. On the 195, we are in an uptrend. We have our spike high, right? Our consolidation around moving averages here. We've got our, in this case, bird pattern, or in this case, a dog pattern, it looks like. We'll put a little nose there. It is an A-plus setup. It might be a little late, but we're getting this rounding momentum here, right? So as you can see, we're spiking up. So the reason we're going to create a trade plan on this is because it's not ready. It's not at a good entry spot, in my opinion. I would like to pick it up lower, and this thing may go without me, okay? And that's okay. So I'm gonna come in here and draw our little trend line there first. That's the first thing I'm gonna draw, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm gonna put a line at this lower level. Well, let's do this. I'm going to put a line here at this value area low, which comes in at 458.83. I'm going to make that yellow. Then I'm going to put a line here at point of control. Make that red. That's at 462.04. LMT might be a little on the spendy side. Let me... Yeah, options are going to be a bit spendy, but that's okay. Okay, so, and then I think probably going to have another value area high up here. This one's kind of weird because it's giving us a few different levels, and so I'm going to put in a secondary point of control right there. So I have my value area low, value area high. I actually think that's going to be higher. Hold on a minute. I think it's going to be a little bit more like that. So we have our 2 point of controls. You see how this kind of dives away here, right? And then now I'm going to look at this a little bit closer on like a 5-minute chart and see what we have. Okay, so as we get a little bit closer, I can see that this line needs to come up just a hair. This line is in a good spot. And then we have our value area low. So our value area low here will be our stop area. I'm going to come and draw a line at our spike high. I'm going to make that green because that's target number 1. And then, as we always do with these, I'm going to take my fib tool and go from the high to the low of that pullback. And I'm going to draw a secondary target. Right? That's my target of my trailer up at 478.18 and 473.46 are my 2 targets. All right? So I think there's 2 ways we can look at this chart, okay? You can see we're into this secondary point of control right now. And we could say, all right, well, we spiked up. We came in and we're consolidating here and we could go from here. Or we could say, I'd like to bring it in and try and take it off of this 462.30 if it comes down. So if I take my tool here and I say, well, I'd actually like to get it off of that level there, and my stop would be a break of this yellow line, and my target would be up here at target number 1. This is a little over 3-to-1 risk reward, okay? If I bring it up to here, I don't even really have, basically have a 1.5 to 1 risk reward, which is, I like to have a little bit more, right? So I'm going to bring it down here. Now there's two ways you can play this. You could hope that it comes all the way in, or there's two ways that I'm going to play this. All the way into this level for a buy. You know, it's kind of a zone because you can see this second line here. So, you know, in this box area would be a great place to pick this up on a morning dip, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a alert on that level there. If we come down and we touch it, then great. Or if you really love LMT right now, you could buy, you know, let's say your max position would be 2 to 3 contracts. You could, if you felt like it, you could maybe buy 1 contract off of this level in case it decides it wants to bounce and go from there because it's already pushed up above it. And then if you get a move back into this area or even this area, you can add 1 and add 1, and then you'll be full positioned at 3. If that fits your risk parameters, that you have to decide that, because 3 contracts here of LMT it's expensive, right? It's not, because it's a $460 stock. Okay. So I'm going to choose the conservative method, and I'm going to wait for something down in that area that I have marked right here. So I'm going to be conservative, and I'm going to wait for something down to 462.27. And if it goes there, it goes there. If it doesn't, if it's out of here and it's off of this level, then fine. I missed it, right? If this was a less expensive stock and the options were a little bit cheaper, then, you know, I would play that. I would maybe take a shot here to see what happened. So we have our, you know, 3 to 1 risk reward. We are playing this on a 195. So as a 195 minute chart, I would be playing this out quite a bit further. So LMT, I would be at the very least playing this out to the May 24th, which is 17 days, and I would be playing the 465s. So I'm setting my alert for this level here. I want to play the 465 calls for May 24th. Okay. And I'm looking to pick them up off of that level right there, which I have an alert set at if we come into, and my stop will be below 458.88. And just to help understand the 465Cs right now are at a 50 delta. If they come down to here, they will be less than that. But just understand that you're risking $3.39 on the underlying, right? So when you factor in your option contract, if you're picking up a 50 delta, that's going to move 50 cents for every dollar move. So if you go all the way to your stop, right, once you pick it up, your option contract is going to move at least $3.50. No, I just did that wrong. Did I do that wrong? I'm sorry. Probably at least $2. Sorry, it's 50 cents per dollar. Right? So just beware that you're risking, you don't put on a trade that has the size, you know, has too many contracts on, that if you let it go to your stop and you stop out, you've exceeded your max allowable risk. Okay, so that's LMT on the 195. That's my trade plan. I'll be waiting for that level. and I'll be looking to pick up 465s May 24th. Okay, that's it for the LMT trade plan.